Hello, this is Coach DK coming at you with Coffee Cup Games, and in this series, we're going to be doing some Strat-O-Matic. Hey, this is Coach DK coming at you with another Strat-O-Matic baseball game. We are doing a series on the first year of the 20th century. The year is 1900. The National League is 18 strong. The American League is 18 strong, but there's more to it than just that. The National League has just cut 4 teams at the end of the 1899 season. The American League has just been formed. They are not quite officially a major league, so this is like that preemptive season right before they become equal in the public's eye with the National League. So we have the American League today. We will have a good battle between a second and third place team, both in some serious battles and not necessarily with each other yet. But the Cleveland Babes are 56 and 38. The Indianapolis Hoosiers are 50 and 43. As we look at the standings, you can tell that Cleveland is really pushing hard on the Chicago Invaders. They're only 2 games out. If they win, there will be a game and a half out because Chicago has already played. But they are really on the heels of Chicago. Indianapolis is in third. They are in a 3-way battle with the Milwaukee Creams and Detroit Wolverines. And so they are looking to separate themselves from that group in the middle and try to join Cleveland and Chicago to fight for the leader of the American League. Cleveland really is overperforming this year. They originally had come in 5th place, 19 and a half games out, won only 46.3% of their games. They are actually winning close to 60%. They're in 2nd place. So Cleveland Babes are definitely one of the big turnaround teams from what originally happened to what is happening now. I'm sure if we did this season 20 times, we may not see that happening from Cleveland, but this particular season, everything seems to be working out well for them. They have an incredible pitching staff, lots of wins, very low ERA. Cleveland, I believe, leads the league in the lowest ERA. But the Hoosiers is who they're going to be facing. Hoosiers likewise are in 3rd place. They are winning slightly more percentage-wise of their games. They were in a battle with Detroit originally. They did eke it out at the end. So this should be a fun matchup. Both teams have a lot to play for. Once we get to 100 games, which is we're pretty darn close to that right now. By next weekend, we'll be over the 100-game mark. You start really paying attention to the playoffs. As mentioned, 8 teams will make the playoffs. Every single season, it will always be a 1 versus 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. I don't care if there are 8 teams like we have this year in each league, or like we will have in the 21st century where there'll be 15 teams in each league. Obviously, in situations like that, we will still only take the top 8 teams, but in this situation, every seed matters. Obviously, you know, the difference between a 1 and 8 when there's only 8 teams is going to be significantly greater level of play. So versus when you're taking 15 teams and you're taking the top 8. So, but as you can tell, that 3, 4, and 5 slot are going to be really critical. Where do you end up at the end of the season? And Indianapolis is trying to separate themselves. Let's go ahead and check out the starting lineups. For the Cleveland Babes, we have starting off in center will be Ollie Pickering. Tom Flood, the second baseman, will be batting 2nd. Candy Lachance will be at first base, batting 3rd. Frank Gennings will be in left. He'll be batting in the cleanup spot. Third baseman Suter Sullivan will be batting 5th. Pat Christian, the catcher, will be batting 6th. Danny Shea, shortstop, batting 7th. And Charlie Frisbee will be batting 8th. He will be bringing up the rear when it comes to the field players. On the mound will be right-hander Clay Fulver. I know you're all probably very, very impressed that I actually know all the names for this team. The main reason is because I was trying to do some research on player profiles as well as updating pictures, and so all the names are fresh in my mind. So I will be honest, they just happen to be there. No, I did not cheat. I just happened to recently just do the pictures and do some research. So you can just ignore the last 15 seconds of me explaining why and just realize that I just rock at knowing everyone's names, which is completely untrue because I coach soccer. I've had 100-some kids during training sessions with little ones, and I don't remember anybody's names. I tend to come up with nicknames because I don't remember. Most of the boys that I coach are dude, and most of the girls I coach are kiddo. So everybody is either a dude or a kiddo. I get away with it, which is great. But I am really bad with names. The fact I remember this is pretty good. For the home team, Indianapolis Hoosiers, we have the ever-present Topsy Hartzell, who is on multiple teams because of contract disputes and being reassigned, traded. A bunch of different things went on with Topsy Hartzell in the year 1900. We did do a player profile on him, so you could obviously listen to that. Obviously, do some research on your own, nerd out a little bit, but he had a real interesting season this year. At second will be Magoon. He will be batting second. Geyer will be at center field. He will be batting third. Sock Siebold will be at first today. He's going to be in the cleanup spot. Doc Powers, the catcher, fifth. Madison will be at short, batting sixth. Billy Gray will be at third base, batting seventh. And Hogriver will be in right, batting eighth. And on the mound will be the right-hander, Jot Gore. So Jot Gore will be on the mound. Let's go ahead, and before we jump into the actual game, I'm just going to ask you for the plug here of like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you like, what you don't, tell me things that you like to see different. Obviously, we try to do some things different compared to what I see others doing. I do try to add some information, some player profiles I call them, just something that I think is fun. That you may not have known about the player. I think it just kind of keeps it more entertaining, lets you learn a little bit more about the history. If you guys are watching these Strat-O-Matic games, you're obviously already a historian, a baseball fan, and so I really appreciate it, and hopefully this is something that's a little bit edifying for you and gives you a little bit something extra. But let's go ahead and jump into the pregame stuff. You will see the starters are very similar. We do have Fulver and Gore. Fulver has only pitched in 7 games. Gore has pitched in 8. All of the games that they have played in, both pitchers have started. So they have not come in any relief action at all this year. Fulver is 3-4. Gore is 3-3. So very, very similar. Earned runs are very similar. Runs are very similar, but earned runs and strikeouts is where you see the biggest difference. Fulver has a 3.97 ERA, and he has only struck out 7 batters in 47 innings. Gore has a 2.4 ERA, an incredible number right there, and he has struck out 19. May not sound like a lot, dead ball era, that's pretty respectable, which is great. We will be playing at Washington Park. Obviously, you look at the home runs, if there's a chance for a field rating coming into play. Home runs will be great. Singles are going to still be a little bit tougher. Hitting streaks, we do have Gennins, who has an 11-game hitting streak and only 1 injury, which is Roost for Cleveland. He is out for 16 more games. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the action right now, as we are going to have the Cleveland Babes traveling to Indianapolis Hoosiers at Washington Park. So Ollie Pickering is going to lead off. He's going to try a bunt. It's not going to work for him. He's going to be out. Tom Flood is going to line out the short. Madison's going to be there. It's going to be 2 down. Oh, Nelly. Almost a home run. Candy LaChance needed a 1 to get a home run. Everything else was a triple. He got a 2. So I was really curious to see if he would try to stretch that into a home run. He did not. And so that did not work. And Gennon is going to be up, and unfortunately, he is going to line out. So we are happy with that. They are not. We escape with no damage done. Top T Hearts is going to be up. He's going to line out the first, so that'll be 1 away. Magoon is going to be up. He's going to hit a ground ball to third base to Suter Sullivan. He's going to whip it on over to Candy Chance, and that will be 2 away. Gayer is going to be up. He's going to hit a single, pulling the ball through the infield. So he'll be on first. The ability to run in this game is going to be ridiculous. Let's try it. 1 to 10. So what we got? Oh, he just makes it. They have a +3 on their hold, so they're in the positive. You get 2 for holding them, -2 for whatever the number is. So an A might be like, I think it's a 1 to 15. If you're holding them, it's -2, so it's a 1 to 13. And so then you add whatever goes on with the pitcher and the catcher with a max of 5. So he's able to get to a 1 to 16. Our pitcher, Jot Gore, is a +6. And our catcher does not help because he's a +2. So though it equals 8, they can only max be 5, but they are going to be running all over us. So I'm going to have to try to run all over them whenever the chance is possible. Sox Seabold, who has 8 home runs, is hitting .289. Hits a deep fly ball. It is going to be a double. The run is going to score. Sox Seabold is one of the league leaders in home runs. Doc Powers is going to be up. He's going to follow up with his own double. So now Sox Seabold is going to score, and that's going to put Madison up. He needs a 1 to 11. He's going to pull a 1. We are going to send Powers. They're going to give him the run. 3 runs right off the bat. We are lighting up Clay Fulver. We're going to try to steal. Madison cannot get the lead. It is under 50%, so we're going to sit tight. And so Gray is going to be up. He's going to rip a single. Not sure if I want to test that. To the left. Hallgriver is up. Oof, a 1 to 10. Unfortunately, it's 13. He's going to line out ending the inning, but 3 runs scored in the top of the first. Liking that, obviously. Suter Sullivan's going to be up. He's going to hit a fly ball. That will be 1 away. Next up will be Pat Christian. He's hitting .315 and has 53 RBIs. That's incredible considering the year 1900 he had 37 RBIs and only hit .254. Christian this time is going to line out snagged. Danny Shea is going to be up and a strikeout. Number 20 for Jot Gore to end the inning. We now go to the bottom of the second. And Jot Gore is going to strike out. So Top the Hearts was up, leadoff man. He is hitting .345. He got out the first time, and he's going to be 0 for 2. Magoon is up. He is going to, looks like it could be something interesting. Deflects play at first, then time. And that was a fluky play. So they are able to get a 1-2-3 inning. Frisbee is up. Strikeout. So the second strikeout of the game for Gore. Fulver's going to be up, and he's going to hit a ground ball back to the pitcher. That will be 2 away. Leadoff man Ollie Pickering, who grounded out the first time, is going to ground out the second time. That's going to end the inning. And now we go into the bottom of the third. So Geyer's up. He singled the first time. He's going to single again. He's 2 for 2. Bringing up Sox Seabold. It's just like what we saw before. Geyer gets a single, steals second. Last time Sox Seabold hit a double to knock him in. This time he's going to not hit a double. He's going to hit a pop out. Doc Powers did have an RBI double the last time. He's going to hit a single to center field. Pickering's got a really good arm. Geyer has good speed, decent speed, so let's just hold all the runners. Runners on first and third. Madison's up. They do have the corners in. He is 1-for-1 with an RBI. He's hitting .237. Not that impressive. I was thinking about trying to bunt. Madison's going to hit a ground ball to short. He's going to whip it over to second for the fielder's choice, but we do add a run. So Madison does get the run knocked in. I believe that is his second RBI of the game. Cannot quite get the lead he wanted. So that's going to bring up Gray, who's going to hit a ground ball to first to end the inning. So after 3, the Hoosiers are 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors committed. Cleveland has 0 runs on 1 hit, no errors committed. Hard to believe that we are going into the 4th inning and there have been no errors. Tends to be something that happens particularly often in the beginning of the games. Tom Flood is going to hit a ground ball to third. That will be 1 away. Candy LaChance, who tripled the last time with the only hit of the day for the Babes, is going to hit a dribbler in front of home plate. Powers takes care of it. 2 down. 1-2, and it will be a 16. Good for us. So instead of a home run, it will be the 3rd out. A 1-2-3 inning. Fowler is up. He's going to be facing Hogriver, who's going to hit a ground ball to second. That will be 1 away. Jot Gore is up. He is going to hit a ground ball to short. Shea is going to scoop that up and fling it on over to first. That will be 2 down. Topsy Hartzell, who is over 2, is going to hit a triple. That will be his 12th triple of the game. Topsy Hartzell is having an incredible season at the bat. Magoon is going to be up. It looks like there's a chance for clutch. He is not much of a clutch hitter. He is going to fly out the center. That will end the inning with Hartzell standing on third. Top of the 5th. Here we go. Suter Sullivan's going to lead off. He's going to hit a single. He's hitting .288. He does have 49 RBI so far this season compared to his 42 originally. We are going to try to see if we can get the runner. Nailed him. Thank you very much. Sit down, sir. Doc Powers just winks at Suter Sullivan as he runs on back to the dugout. Grisham is going to be up. He is going to single, so back-to-back hits, but only one guy is on base. They're going to try a hit and run. They get the easy out of first. We'll take it. And a strikeout. 3 strikeouts now, I believe, for Jot Gore. So, bottom of the 5th. Gayer's out. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's going to hit a fly ball to left field. That will be 1 away. Sock Siebold's up, and he is going to hit a ground ball to third base. And that will be 2 away. Doc Powers is up. He is 2 for 2. He's going to hit a ball to first. Candy LaChance is a pretty good second baseman, but this time he does not handle the ball well. Boots it. Can't control it. Powers takes first on the air, the first one of the game. But luckily for Candy LaChance, nothing has to be worried about because Fowler gets Madison to fly out the center to end the inning. Top of the 6th inning. Here we go. Clay Fowler is up, the pitcher, and Jimmy McAullier, the manager, is going to send up a pitch hitter. It is Charlie Buelo. And so we're going to see how Charlie can do here. And unfortunately, Charlie can't do much. That would be a ground out to third, so 1 down. Pickering, who's hitting .377, is currently 0 for 2. Are you kidding me? Ground ball to first base, and he throws it to the pitcher covering, and it is wild. But they say Pickering would have been there, so they give him credit for the single. He advances to second. He has great speed. Flood is at short. He is going to get the out at first. That's going to make 2 down. Candy LaChance is up. He has 1 for 2. A wild pitch by Gore allows Pickering to go to third. wouldn't have mattered. So Chance, who already has a triple, is now going to rip a long ball, and that will be double, scoring the first run for the Babes. It is 4-1, 2 down. Jennings is up, and he is going to line out, so that will make the third out as we enter the bottom of the sixth. New pitcher will be Alva Kern. He's first going to face Gray, who's going to ground out. Next up is Hogriver. He is going to hit a ball to first, and Candler Chance cannot handle it. Hogriver takes first. Notice Kern's incredible pickoff, and we're still at 65. So Hogriver is obviously a very fast man, but we are not going to test it right now. Joe Gore is up, and wouldn't you believe it, the pitcher for us is going to go ahead and he is going to pull a triple to knock in a run, adding the lead, getting it back to a 4-run lead. Next up is Topsy Hartzell, who's 1 for 3. He's going to single, getting himself to 2 for 4, knocking in a run. We are increasing the lead, and next up is going to be Magoon, the second baseman. He's going to hit a ball down the line. Hartzell is going to try to score. They are going to allow him the score, keeping Magoon at second. We're still only 1 out. Kern may have started off with a quick out, but since then it has been a nightmarish. And look at this, another hit. Geyer is already 2 for 3. He will now be 3 for 4. And so we have now scored 4 runs in an inning. This game is getting out of control. Sox Sabled is up. He has already a double and RBI, but this time he's going to pop out. Alva Kern takes a big relief, breath of relief, and now we are going to have Shea up, and he is going to single. We will hold the runners. Madison's up. He's 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. Struck out to end the inning. So at the end of 6, it is 8-1. Cleveland must be frustrated as they are so close to that first place. Chicago Invaders, but Indianapolis needs to make some room from that middle 3. So they are obviously pushing it pretty hard, and it seems to be working out for them, which is great. So now is that time where we are going to show our player profile, and today we are going to be doing a profile on Sox Sabled. That's right, Sox Sabled. You may know nothing about this guy. You may have heard of him. I will just tell you that he is an outfielder. He is one of the first true power hitters of the day. He actually was strictly known as a power hitter. He stood around 5'11", weighed about 200 pounds, so a very strong, muscular guy. Had very broad shoulders. He did have a short neck. He probably could have fit as a boxer if he had a bent nose. But he set the American League record for home runs in 1902, which was not broken until 1919, when Babe Ruth came along and shattered the record. Sabled was originally born in Ohio. He started playing professional baseball in 1892. 1896, though, was his breakout season when he was hitting .352 for a minor league team from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. For the record, if it's Pennsylvania, it is PA. If it's the town in PA, Lancaster, it is Lancaster. It is not Lancaster. You sound like a moron, just like if you're from New Orleans and you say New Orleans, people know you're just not from there. You just say it incorrectly. So it's Lancaster, PA. So when Sox Sabled played in Lancaster, PA, he hit .352, and then the following year he led the league with 14 home runs. He was on pace to do it again in 1898. Or he led the league again in 1898, was leading again in 1899 when he was purchased by the Cincinnati Reds. He did not hit well originally, and then so he went to the American League, obviously, where he led the American League in home runs in the year 1900 with 9. So Sebald is the home run leader from the original 1900 season with a whopping 9 home runs. He did eventually, the next year, he got traded to the Philadelphia Athletics, and this time he stuck there. So he kind of went to the Reds. He didn't do as well. Went to, obviously, to the American League, where he was not quite as good as they would have liked him to be. But he did start doing well. Philadelphia Athletics then picked him up, and he did very, very well. In 1901, next year, he hits .334, and he has a 27-game hitting streak in July and August. So as it gets hot, so does Sox Sebald. He did bat .316 and had a career highs of 16 home runs and 97 runs batted in 1902. Probably his best season in the majors. But he had a very good career, lasted about 10 years, I would say. But unfortunately, at the end of his career, in a preseason game, he was sliding into home plate. He tore the ligaments in his knee, and his career pretty much was over at that point. Never was quite the same. He just felt he couldn't do it. He actually is quoted for feeling horrible that he can't just perform at his level. And so he ends up playing some minor league, but his career is pretty much over. And he dies about maybe 10 years after he hangs up his cleats, being killed in a car accident, died instantly. His wife had died earlier, and so his wife dies in 1917. I think he dies in 1921, not too long after he was done playing in the minors. But Sox Sebald is the 1900 home run leader with a whopping 9 home runs. He is one of our top home run hitters this season. I believe he is at 8. But Sox is somebody I thought you would want to know, and now you do know. And knowing is half the battle, as G.I. Joe says, and G.I. Joe is a real American hero. So let's head on back to the game. We are entering the top of the 7th. Suter Sullivan's up. Gore is still on the mound. Suter Sullivan is 1 for 2. He is going to draw a walk. Pat Grisham's up. He is going to double, putting runners on second and third. So we are going to have to make sure we have some guys ready to come on in here. Shea is up. Danny Shea. He is going to, oh boy, triple, knocking in 2 runs. It is 8-3. Charlie Frisbee's up. He is going to single, knocking in another run. No outs yet. We are definitely going to have to look for a pitcher, as they just scored 4 runs just like that. Milligan. Let's see what your card looks like. It looks pretty decent. So anything under 30 to me is pretty decent. Sanders only pitched 6 innings. He's already pitched 36, so I'm not sure if he's the guy we want coming in. Yeah, 67 at 57.2. There's a reason he only pitched like 6 innings. I knew Win Kellum can pitch. Whitey Goose, I'm not feeling. Dasher pitched 1 more inning than Sanders, and his card is even worse. Damon is the next possible option. We have a right, left, right switch. Boy. This is a tough one. We definitely need to bring somebody in. Let's just go ahead with Milligan. He does have one save this year. So we're going to bring Milligan in. He is a lefty. He's going to be going against Alva Kern. They're going to bring in pitch hitter Bill Hurt. It does help that his hold is much lower, but Hart is going to hit a single. Runners now on first and second. Alain Pickering, the leadoff man, is up. He is going to single, knocking in Frisbee. Holy cow. Here come Cleveland. Flood is up. And a walk. All right, so a walk. Bases loaded. Tying run is on first. The lead run is at the plate, who is Candy LaChance. He is 2 for 3 with a triple and a double, and we can't do anything but pitch to him. He is going to hit a ground ball to third base. We're going to get the out at first. One down. We are going to, boy, tying runners on second. Yanez is hitting 308, but I do like the idea of being able to have a double play. Suter Sullivan's up. He's 1 for 2. Yes, he's going to line out for a double play. There is an injury, but Suter Sullivan is okay. Cleveland rocks 6 runs in the last 2 innings, 5 runs in the 7th. That just completely changed the entire game. A blowout becomes a nail biter. Wow. All right, so the tricky question. When George Brett hit 390 in 1980, he was 121 points above the league average of 269. How many points above the league average was Bill Terry when he hit 401? I'm going to say 100. Oh, 98. Oh, so close. Dude, I should give myself credit anything within like 10 points. I should have counted. So I'm going to give myself credit for that one. I'm going to give myself love. So it's the second question I got right. We're just going to say that. Those of you who are paying attention, I'm like 2 for 20. I don't know. Something horrible. Definitely not Hall of Fame numbers. Definitely in the minors and cut the first season. So the manager, McAllier, will be bringing in the relief pitcher. It will be Welcome Gaston, who is called from the bullpen. So Gaston, the left-hander, is going to be facing Gray, the third baseman, who is 1 for 3. Gray is going to draw a walk. Hogreaver is up. He's got tons of speed. Let's try a hit and run. Unfortunately, we're going to hit a ball back to the pitcher. And air helps us, so runners on first and second. Milligan is up. We're going to try to bunt. And it works successfully. We put runners on second and third. Top of the order. Topsy Hartzell's up. He is 2 for 4 with an RBI. He's hitting 348. He has 5 home runs, 12 triples. He has more triples than doubles, just like he did in the year 1900. Way to go, Strat-O-Matic. So Hartzell, they're going to let hit, and Hartzell, a huge hit. He scores a 2-run triple with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th after Cleveland, who was down by 7 runs, stormed back to bring it within 2, and we just got our lead back up to 4. Hartzell now will score on a pass ball, so we get a 5-run lead. Magoon is up. He is going to line out. That will be the second. Geyer is up. He is 3 for 4 with 3 singles. And he gets on base because of an error. Sock Seabold is up. They are going to bring in a new pitcher, Zeke Wilson, the right-hander. Seabold, who is 1 for 4, is going to round out the ending inning. And so after 7, it is 11-6. Krisham's going to be up. He is 2 for 3. He's going to line out. That will be 1 down. Danny Shea's up. He's 1 for 3. He had a triple earlier. He's going to hit a ground ball to the first baseman, Sock Seabold, who bobbles it, and that will be an error. That is the second error against us. Danny Shea is got some speed, but can't get the lead, so Frisbee's going to get a fielder's choice, putting Frisbee now on base. Zeke Wilson, they're going to leave hit. I guess they're light on pitchers, so they have to let him hit. It does not work out for him. Powers is going to be up, and he's going to be out. Madison, who's 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, is going to ground out the first. Bringing up Billy Gray, who's going to go round out to second. So 1, 2, 3 inning. We enter the top of the 9th with the top of the order, Ollie Pickering, who is 2 for 4. He is going to draw a walk. He has got a 417 OBP on base percentage. That is among the league's best. So I think I'm trying to think. John McGraw was heads and shoulders above everybody. Pickering might have been second. So Flood is going to be up, and it'll be a strikeout. So more than our normal number of strikeouts. Canley Chance is going to be up. He needs a 1 to 7, 35% chance. He's going to get a 2. So that's going to keep them alive. Gennins is up. Milligan is tired. Geez, Gennins, who was trying. Gennins was trying to keep his hitting streak alive, and he does in the top of the 9th with a single. We need to go and get somebody to finish this out. Milligan is tired. We got 3 righties coming up. I am tempted to go with Gardner. And we are. Gardner's going to come in. He's a right-hander. He's going against 3 righties. Suter Sullivan's up. Ground ball to short to end the game with a 6-4-3 double play. So Gardner comes in, faces 1 batter, and ends up with the much needed ground out. So that's going to end the game. This game obviously went a little bit longer just because spent a little more time on some other things. But at the end of the day, it was Falver who comes up with the loss, giving up 4 earned runs in his 5 innings of work. Gore, who gives up 5 earned runs in 6 innings of work, was doing phenomenal until we got to the top of the 7th, where he got knocked out quickly after a bunch of runs came through. So the 6th and the 7th is when all the runs came. He was pitching a gem all the way up to that, but everything fell apart. Canley Chance had a triple, his 10th. Danny Shea had a triple, his 9th. Topsy Hartzell had 2, getting his 12th and his 13th. Player of the game, we cannot give it to any pitcher. They just weren't that good. Everybody pretty much gave up runs except for Zeke Wilson. He went 1 1/3, didn't allow anybody to see a base. But my gut would have to be Topsy Hartzell. He went 3 for 5. He scored twice. He had 3 RBIs, 2 triples. So to me, he's got to be the player of the game. At Washington Park, the Indianapolis Hoosiers easily handled the Cleveland Babes by the score of 11-7. Yeah, right. Do you care about the 7th inning? Take out the 7th, I would agree. But 7th inning gave us some stress. Luckily for us, we got a good bottom to 7th to put it right back into a comfortable spot. Topsy Hartzell made sure the Indianapolis fans enjoyed themselves. He tripled in the 4th inning, lined a 1-base hit, plating a run in the 6th, and tripled, which was good for 2 runs in the 7th inning. Indianapolis banged out 14 hits in the afternoon. Jot Gore, 4-3, was the winner, allowing 5 runs in 6 innings. Gore got relief help from Jim Gardner, who gained credit for his 8th save. Clay Fulver, 3-5, was the loser. He pitched 5 innings and surrendered 8 hits and no walks. So it was a good game. I thought it was going to be a blowout for much of it, and all of a sudden it got dicey real quick in the 6th and 7th, particularly the 7th. But as they make a huge comeback, but luckily for us, we were able to answer immediately, putting the game back up to 5 runs. The Babes to get 1 in the 9th, but it wasn't enough. But obviously, Topsy Hartzell is our player of the game. Great game with 2 triples, 3 for 5, 2 runs, 3 RBIs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one.